Hi, I'm Sarah Ali with Chamak Makeup. Today we are going to be speaking about Shahi lipsticks. We have a signature collection that I've created for women of medium to dark skin tones. Shahi Lipstick Collection is inspired by and a tribute to women who are iconic, heroic, legendary, strong women in South Asian heritage and culture. Razia Sultan was one of the first sovereign rulers in Indian and Islamic history. She was trained to be a warrior. She was trained to handle the intricacies of ruling a kingdom. So we are going to be doing a very strong and powerful rich red lip inspired by our Razia Sultan, legendary woman. We are going to be doing a look with Farah. Hey Farah, how's it going?
It's going good.
So Farah's a college student. What's your major?
Biology.
Very nice. Smart girl. And what do you want to do after that?
Maybe a dentist.
Very good. Doctor, dentist, अच्छे बात. Whole look is inspired by Razia Sultan, and kind of one thing that embodies her is being powerful. So what makes you powerful?
Well, just like Razia, the fact that I'm an independent woman.
Very cool. Tell me more about that.
Just having the confidence to know you can do things on your own and be a successful woman.
Very nice. We don't need you, man. Oh, cool. We're going to begin with the eyes, which is what I always recommend because makeup gets kind of messy sometimes and you waste a lot of time cleaning up and then going and then coming back and then cleaning up. So I pretty much start with eyes. So we always begin with a primer for the eyes. What I'm going to be using is my primer. It's called Koyla Mascara, which means blank canvas. It's a cream base. It's much more creamy than the traditional primers because I like things that don't dry really easily. The main thing that a primer does, as most of you probably do know and those who don't, a primer makes your eyelid have more stick to it. So the eyeshadow or the loose shimmers actually sticks on properly. It helps reduce creasing. It makes the eyeshadow look more powerfully dark, and it also makes the color last longer. It's definitely when you're working with Koyla Mascara primer, you don't need a lot of it. I'm going to be using my Chamak brush, and this one's called Pat Down. It's inspired by the situations happening in the airports in the US. We're getting pat downs, so I had to make it a name for the brush. You just kind of do the same motions that you would do. Now you don't have to use a brush all the time. You can actually use your hands too. One thing I always tell people to do, you don't have 45 billion brushes, right? So you use one side and the other side's clean. So you can use this side to load the color, which is cool. So the color that I'm going to be working with for her highlight is going to be our shade, it's called Noor, which is a very, very light white, shimmery type of color. And I'm going to pack it right here. Right at her highlight. When you're putting on eyeshadow, to make it really sit on the skin, you have to rub it into the skin. The next brush that we're going to be using today is the Sweeping Beauty brush. It's kind of, you know, just a rounded, sweepy shape. It's made with natural white hair. It picks up color really well, and it's a really good brush for your crease and your eye socket. I love to put warmer colors into the crease and the eye socket just to give the whole eye kind of a warm look. Even when we're doing cool colors, especially when we're doing cool colors, you need to have a warm color to bring it all together to soften it. So we're going to tap it in right here. And the camera can zoom in on the placement. I'm taking the clean side of my brush and gently blending it into the white color. Brush that we're going to be using is called the Big Merger. And this makeup brush I designed because I wanted a good fluffy brush to merge colors together, and that's why I called it the Big Merger. It's called Nikaab, and it's a sparkly black silvery color, and we're going to be working from the outside edge inwards and basically padding up to create kind of a very simple smoky kind of look. And I'm going very softly because I'm kind of creating almost like a U shape where there's a little color in the inside and a little color on the outside, and then it's allowing the beigey color to show up. Or just for fun if you want to try something a little bit more dramatic. The next step will be adding a touch of that shimmeriness. We're going to be using our fluffy brush. This is another natural hair brush that's white hair. It's very, very, very good at picking up color. I had this specifically made because I really love packing color in. And then right here you can see I've bedazzled it, I've chamakified it, which you guys can do in the studio, or if you're ordering the brush sets or the brushes from online, I can add this on there. It's an additional $1 to bejewel it. You can also put some sparkly stuff on there. To add Haya, which is kind of a buttery beigey color. We're going to be putting that right in the center, right there, right in the center of her eye, and then we're just going to feather it out with very soft touches. You're just patting it down, not very heavy. And I'm just going to take my finger and rub on that. So you see some colors are showing through, which is what I'm trying to create. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to put some of the Haya on the other lid, very softly pat it in to just create this style. I'm going to use my edgy brush. It has a sharp angled edge to it. It's made with, I believe it's sable hair. It's very smooth. We are going to be working with our gel liner. It's called Jadu, which means magic. So, you know, the whole black magic concept. No. I have a lot of fun with my names. So, look up. And now they're whispering in the background. This is our first video. Bear with us. Look up. Really love to create kind of an edgy look by taking the eyeliner. Look up and packing it in the inside and then dragging it across the waterline, but be very gentle and be to be working with our Koyla Mascara. What I love about it is its bristle. The bristle, as you can see, let me come a little closer, it's very, very small and petite and long, and it creates very precise, clean looking lashes. I'm filling it in, going around, angling down, just to give it more of a rounded shape. Our concealer is a mineral-based concealer, as is our foundation and our powders, and it's paraben free. It actually has photoreflective pigments in it that help soften that kind of gives a soft appearance to fine lines and wrinkles, and it also mattifies the skin. What I'm going to be using today for her foundation is called Shabab Foundation. It's a mineral, paraben-free foundation that is a medium to full coverage. I'm actually going to be using my foundation brush. If I can open it, that is. And the foundation brush is called In Your Face. And when you're putting your foundation on, you really want to pull it across and upwards, so it doesn't sit in the skin and make the pores look bigger. You want to kind of do the movements that you'd be doing in a facial. A lot of South Asian women like to look lighter than their skin tone. I'm not even going to get started on that issue, but what I usually recommend is to go 1 shade lighter with your foundation and up to 2 shades lighter on your powder. If you go too light, it's going to make your face look big, and it's also going to make you look ashy. It's really important to accept your skin color. We're going to be doing blush next. We're going to be using Cheeky Baby, which is my blush brush, kind of a nice rounded shape. We're going to be doing a neutral color. All of our 16 blushes are inspired by Bollywood actresses, my personal favorites, and they are for medium to dark skin tones, and you'll see how pigmented they are in a few seconds. Kind of a little bit more an angular look for her face. Same thing on the other side. We are going to be using our Smack Down lip brush.